Hello and good day. Welcome to another episode of the Hungry Bleak podcast. We're going to do something a little different today. But before we do that, I actually want to say something about it. This is going to be a Destiny 2 Lightfall panel. We did this actually last year. We had a lot of fun. I want to do it again this year. I think we'll do it for each new DLC or new game, in essence, that they come up with for Destiny. I'd planned this show out about a week or so ago, and we're recording this on March 17th. Unfortunately, one of the Destiny family, let's say, has passed. Excuse me. Actor Lance Reddick, voice of Commander Savala, has died at the age of 60. Whether you know him from The Wire, Oz, John Wick franchise, or the Destiny games, he brought a very, very notable voice and a very notable presence on screen. Unfortunately, will we just won't be able to have him with us here anymore to go on. But fortunately enough, we still have his work to listen to watch, and to enjoy. He brought a lot of joy to a lot of us, and it's amazing that we were able to have him. So if you're not familiar with him for his other works, please go check him out because he was always great. Even I don't care what people even say about Resident Evil. He just went full camp and he did it, and it was beautiful, and I loved him for it. It was awesome. So to say this one more time, thank you, Commander Zavala. We will always be your guardians forevermore. Rest in peace, rest in power, but more importantly, rest. Thank you. So, on to brighter news, folks. We want to celebrate this man, so we're going to celebrate the game that he's been so incredible for, Destiny 2. And the newest incarnation of Destiny 2 is Lightfall. It's been out for a couple weeks, and I wanted to talk about it. Like last year, we did the Witch Queen, and it was so much fun. I decided, let's do it again. So, I have an illustrious panel of this fire team that I am so happy to be a part of because, again, I'm not a part of any clan because I'm just not a joiner. I'm like the Batman of Destiny. I'm just not going to join anybody's clan. Just don't care. Just don't have his money. So let's bring everyone up to the stage, virtual stage anyway. First up, we have David Rivera. What's going on, David? Also known as Lord Kabuto. Next up, we have the lady herself, Shanae Williams.
Hello.
Insane in the pain. Yes. Next up, we have got Ashley Watkins. Jabba-chan. Survey says that's a dance. Next up, we Pharaoh Ramsey. And this, folks, as I have dubbed them when I play with them, Fire Team Excellence. How are you all doing today?
Doing great.
Hey, all right.
All right. So it's a bit of a hard day for us. We've all been a part of Destiny for so very long, and we've all are feeling this loss. So I figured I almost wanted to cancel the show, and I said, no, let's do what you do and let's celebrate. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about the thing that he began to love so much and just be a part of his Destiny 2. So we have the newest, I almost want to say Destiny 3 in a way, Lightfall. This is the newest one. It's been out for about maybe 2 or 3 weeks or so now. It's got a lot of, there's been talk back and forth, but let's get a synopsis of it first. I'm going to go with Ashley. Yes, you.
Oh my gosh.
Java.
Pretty much the synopsis is that the witness, not our lovely Shanae here. She's not the witness is coming in, taking over the traveler, and we gotta go save the world as we normally do. And we're in a new planet called which is Neptune, which is dope. It's super, super dope. Like one of my favorite worlds so far. So I can't wait to explore it a lot more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like we have some stuff for the Queen, which is like kind of like a developing story because it goes week by week. And I think those are the only big parts that, if I'm not missing anything between the storyline and the Queen, because they're two separate things at one point.
No, that's pretty much it so far. Yeah, because we're still in the early stages of it. Mm-hmm. This is like what? That's only like 2 or 3 weeks, correct? I want to say
we're at week 3.
Yeah, week 3. And this is Season of Defiance, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
defined.
We're the Queen's God.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are the Queen's Guard. So I think we all have started playing the first week, even though I said I wasn't going to. I said I was not buying it, and then the minute I said it, I was like, nobody's looking, right? And I went ahead and I hit the button because why not? So, what have been, what's one of your favorite things about this new uh, game in essence? I really want to keep saying that it's a new game, it's new Destiny 3, but it's not. It's still Destiny 2, but it feels like because they completely overhauled it. David, what's been your favorite part so far about this new adventure, let's say?
Um, what I like the most about it is just that it's a little bit tougher. It's a little
Mhm.
bit more enemies. It's very they're everywhere. It's crazy. It's a little much more harder. They fixed the UI. I really like the new what's it called again? The little guardian ranks that they put, which is pretty cool. Is
Oh,
one
yes.
through 1 through 11, I think it is, or one through I don't remember the numbers of it.
It
One
might
through
be
8.
One no, not
It's
one through
11. You were right.
yes,
Oh,
it's
it's
11.
high. Yeah,
11.
I was gonna
one
say
through
yeah.
11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right now I'm getting to 7 right now to it. But they put like different challenges in it and stuff like that, which I really like. For some reason, I'm playing it more than before because it's like with the new stuff that they added,
Mhm.
it's crazy. It's pretty fun. I really like it. But other than that, yeah, like the difficulty, I like the new changes that they have, and it's fun.
Mm. Shanae, what's been a part of this new game that I keep wanting to say new game, I do, but I'm going to say it. What the hell? This new game. What's been your favorite part so far?
It's just been the dungeons. It's just like it's kind of new, and especially when you're going to like Neo Muna,
Yeah, that's
it's like a whole different atmosphere in a way of how it's like kind of just going through, and um, things are kind of shifting. It's a little different from the battleground stuff that we were introduced to a couple of seasons back. So I
hmm
really like it, and it's also challenging too. So it kind of have us work more as a team than doing more solo, which I'm really used to doing solo. But it makes you work with a team, or work as a team if you do have a team,
yeah,
or if you're by
definitely does.
yourself, you just have to strategize how to get through it. So it's a little more challenging, and that's what I like.
And it takes about 7 days to do it, so that's fine. For real, I've died like 15 times. I was like, man, I got to go to the bathroom. I ain't got time for all this. Farrah, what's been your favorite part of the new season?
I would have to agree with the consensus that it's the challenging is like it's harder, but not in a like rage quit type of way. You know what I
Hmm
mean? So it's like you have a couple more jumping puzzles, but as much as I hate them, they change them in a way that they're doable whether you are solo or with a team. So I really enjoy that. And then the way how they are unfolding Strand, the new element, is pretty cool. So I
hmm
can't complain about that.
And Ashley, what is your favorite type of sim? No, I'm just kidding. What is your favorite new part of the game?
Definitely the interface is pretty cool. Like
Hmm
seeing that you are considered, for people who've been playing Destiny for a while, you're considered like a veteran, because technically that's what we are at this point for anybody that's been playing for the longest. Um, I one thing I do like, because I see it in other games, is accommodations, which I
Yes.
enjoy, because even though we're talking about Destiny, I'm just gonna say I started to notice that in I think it was Overwatch, when they were doing the accommodations, and like you get to like rank people, like team player, or like leadership. But I like how they do it in Destiny for different uh multiplayer um scenarios. So like for Vanguard, you might get like, I think it's like joy player and like team leader or something like that, or something, or like
Yeah.
some type of leader. Then like in Crucible, it might be different. Where Gambit's also different, and same thing with like all the other multiplayer stuff, which is really cool. So that's one thing I do like about that.
They
See, I
actually have
hadn't.
accommodations for Final Fantasy 14 too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So that is a nice. I hadn't noticed that it's different. Um, different. like things for different gameplay I hadn't played because I've only played. I think I've only done the battlegrounds and I've only done the Vanguard. So I've only
Mhm.
so I have like I think my bar is mostly red for people just saying he's fun. I'm like, how am I fun? I don't know what I'm doing that's fun, but thanks. I guess yeah, sure, whatever. So I'm not. I think I'm at like a 93 or something right now. But I do like. One of my favorite things is I actually like the difficulty. I definitely do like because as y'all know, if y'all have ever watched me stream with this illustrious team, y'all know, hey, y'all go do the task. Yeah, sure, whatever. I just want the highest kill count. I want to just lay waste to everything. I want
Just want to
scorched
go
earth.
into the paint.
I mean, that's it. That's it. So I do like the difficulty, but something I really do like is I like the fact that they've taken the different types of damage, stasis, solar, arc, void, and our new strand out of the armors.
Oh yeah.
Because I would always try, obviously, to make every armor stasis because that's what I do is stasis. Because I like stasis. I'm all about the stasis. So I like that. So when I saw they was taken, I was like, oh, okay, that's a cool thing that lets me just be a little more free with the play, which I think I liked more of. And I think what Shanae was saying is true. Like I've said, I think that they've increased the the threat level so that you do play more as a team. And I've seen more people playing as a team, and I like that. And I like playing with any of you as a team. It's more fun, obviously, than playing by yourself. And it's just more of a camaraderie. And if you have a team that you know well, like when we play, we know each other. Like when we play Gambit and David's there, I know David's jumping over there and playing waste to that team. I know that I don't have to worry about that. He's got who jumped over, and I'll be mad. Who jumped over?
Like, yeah,
David. All right,
exactly.
yeah,
It's
all
not
right,
even a
all right, cool, yeah,
question.
all right, cool, all right, cool, yeah. So I can take this over because at first, because when somebody jumps over, I'm like, who jumped over? Who was it? And I'm like, David. Oh, all right, cool, bet. All right, yeah. He got this. All right, cool, yeah,
Nah.
whatever.
When I play with him,
You
and
know what I'm
it's
saying?
just like I just like, how many did you get? Because
Oh
you
my
know
god.
he's
Like,
jumping over as soon as the portal is ready.
and their whole bar fills up. I'm like, oh, we got this. Yeah, cool. So I do love that. Now, yeah, let's talk about this new power. So now we've had for the longest time we had our three damage powers, which were solar, void, and arc. Then we got in beyond light. We got stasis. I don't know if you heard me before, but I'm here for the stasis. Give me the stasis. I love ice powers, and that was our first glimpse into the darkness. Now we've got a new power with Lightfall that is also part of darkness, which is Strand. It's highlighted by a green color. I like how each of the powers is actually almost color coded as well. I love that. I wish it had been purple. Not a green fan, but whatever. But this is supposed to be the threads of reality, and each class, obviously, whether it's Hunter, Warlock, or Titan, will be able to use this ability differently. How do we feel about Strand so far, Pharaoh?
I'm digging it.
Okay.
The way how it's presented for a warlock so far from the fragments that I got, it's just a nice like mix of offensive and defensive elements because you
Mhm.
have like you can make these things called threadlings that look like little, I don't know, like almost like little chihuahuas just like going around, like little green chihuahuas made out of like strand energy that will either attack the closest enemy or then if you have the correct fragment hover around you almost like a shield, or and
Mhm.
then in some cases it will then bond to you and almost be like a woven like woven mail on top of your armor. So there's a lot to play around with.
It's like it circles around you.
Yeah. Ashley, how are you feeling about the new green ability?
I mean, I like that I could be Spider-Man, like just like swing from like different parts. Although you really didn't have that much of a lovely experience when we were playing, but we won't talk about that. But just like Pharaoh said, it's more like trying
I
to
was like,
craft. It's really trying like crafting how you want your strand to be. So like right now,
mhm.
the special for a hunter is kind of giving like that Mortal Kombat Scorpion type of feel, whereas like you throw like the dagger comes back to you, so it's like a get over here
Hmm.
type of scenario. So, but I'm still working on it. I think I maybe have like 6 more fragments to unlock right now. So I
Hmm.
gotta figure out what I like the most. But so far it's okay.
So far, so okay. How do you feel about it, David?
Um, Pretty good. The same thing. I agree. The same thing with Farrell with the defense and offense. Right now, I already unlocked all the strands. Sorry,
Yeah,
no
he's
lie,
been
just keep playing all
grinding.
day.
Here we go. All right.
Look.
I
Remember
already
what he
made
said.
Yeah,
a good
loosen up my shoulders.
offensive build, which is like more how you might call it, like making them hang in the air. I don't know how
Oh
to
yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
strands and yeah, like a
yeah
That's very
marionette
helpful.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah
yeah, like a
yeah.
marionette. Yeah.
So that's the build that I'm messing around with right now, which is pretty cool. That but I'm doing also with a poison with what is that gun name?
Is it the submachine gun?
Osterega.
Yeah, the Rega. I think that's the one. The one with
Osterega
the one with the little that it
with the
shoots
worm.
like little green lasers.
That they
Yeah,
That
that's
follow
one.
that.
you.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Ostrega.
Yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
submachine
yeah.
gun.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
So with the Strega, it's working wonderful. You kill one, and everybody starts stranding everywhere and exploding.
Oh wow.
Really?
So yeah,
Mm.
it's really good. I haven't messed around with the Threllings yet, so I don't know how they do a lot of the damage and stuff like that. But I'm having fun with it. It's actually pretty fun.
Okay.
I haven't let it go yet.
Good one. I like what you did there. Strand, you can't let it go. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have you back on. Shanae, how do you feel about the new darkness of Strand?
I played with it already for campaign, but I haven't really played around with it yet. I've been too
Hmm.
busy building a stasis build.
Okay.
But which is really interesting how Ashley said that it kind of like Scorpion. So you know how you have Strand, you get to switch over instead of um having a whole thing of your armor.
Hmm.
So my stasis build, I actually look like a character from the Lin Kuei clan for Sub Zero. Now
Ooh, nice.
imagine if I have Strand with that armor on. It'll be two characters put into one. That's what I was thinking when Ashley said it.
Oh, I think we need to see that soon.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
haven't really played with Strand like that. I only kind of played with it when it came to Vanguard, and the bounties would be like, "Oh, you have
Hmm.
to be Solar or Strand or Void
Hmm.
and Strand." So I end up doing Strand just to get all those bounties out the way in one shot. And I haven't made a build. I just played around with the basics of what I had, and just twirling the rope with the dagger
Hmm.
around was pretty fun. It makes it fast. But at the moment, I'm really working on the stasis build, and I'm actually really appreciating that build more than I did when uh
The
the
Witch Queen.
last
Witch
expansion
Queen.
for it came out.
See that's something that I'm gonna look at Pharaoh because Pharaoh's constantly saying build, and then
Mhm.
you did not pick up the option of that fact that we're able to make builds now
Yeah,
for which I think is a nice little it doesn't really matter to me because I don't care. Like I'm not thinking about it in that way. But I think that's a great option for people who want to say, okay, I'm about to do this, hit this one. Okay, I'm about to do this type of
Yeah.
game. This is so I
because
think that's a cool thing.
it makes it easier because we used to do it from our phone on
Yep.
the app.
Hmm.
Same
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
So it makes it a whole lot easier to just go into your menu, you fix up whatever you need to fix up, and you just add it to your roster of the builds that you made.
Mm.
And every time you change it, you just hit that override button, and
It switches you up instantly.
Yep.
it saves what you do, and then you go to the next build, and you repeat the process. It makes it a whole lot easier, a whole lot more convenient.
Yeah, because we used to have to like when we would play, it would be automatically, oh, hold on, let me go change this and just switch this up.
Yep.
Yep.
I obviously didn't give a damn. Whatever I got is what I got.
It's
That's it. That's how I'm walking into the building. I
but
just
it's so much easier, especially for like people that have like that OCD scenario when it comes to like certain builds. Because I was
mm,
doing it, I think the other night where I'm like, all right, this is color coordinated. I can change names
Mm,
and the
mm, mm, mm.
icons. I'm like, say less. So I'm still working on all of those as we go along.
see. That's what y'all. I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
Give me
Yeah,
stasis. Give
sorry.
me my auto rifle. Give me whatever. As long as it's purple, I'm good. I couldn't care less. As
But
long
you
as
could
it's purple,
change
I'm
your
good.
loadout to be purple. You get the little icon. There's a purple one for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
yeah.
can.
probably I
You can
probably will.
change everything up.
Yeah, because I've
You
seen
can
them
change.
like Gambit. It's so
Hmm.
like all of it, which is great too because okay, I'm about to do this. hit this one. I think that's
Mhm.
great. The customization has become nicer.
Yeah,
Strand, I'm
yeah.
still working on. I'm still because I'm not. It's a darkness power, so I obviously want to try it. I like it, but I like stasis more. I think stasis just feels better to me. It just feels more natural. But I will play with Strand because there are times when you need it. And if I'm just going around Neptune, I use it more just so I can get the feel for it. And so I can go to the meditation and get more of like the different fragments and play with it. Because I want to get it as much of it as I can, just because it's there. It's a new power. I want to see what it can do. But I think I've only have like 2 Strand weapons as well. The auto rifle is nice though. I like the auto rifle a lot, but Strand is okay.
I think we can all agree that when we had Strand the first time, we were pretty goofy with it, singing Spider-Man.
yeah.
Specifically me, but you guys
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
joined along with it.
I mean,
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
Just singing the
I think
theme
I have a
song
clip
to
of
it.
that somewhere.
because it was awkward because it's like you're not sure how to use it exactly, and there's a part I can't remember which part it is. It's like in the beginning where you have to throw your strand to connect to the ship.
Mhm.
I wasn't
that was-
holding it.
That was at the end. That was when you were playing.
Oh, that
with
was at the
me.
end.
Yeah, and like I was
Mm.
thinking, like
I
I'm
felt-
Spider-Man, and I'm like, wait, I'm stuck. How do I get off? I'm like, like
Oh.
I'm getting swung up in the air.
Where I was the opposite. I was like, oh, I got it, and then I just fall because I wasn't holding on. I fell so many times that I had to come in at the last
Same.
minute, late shooting up everything. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
enough.
He had
I'm
to take
not-
the long way and climb. Like
It was-
Yeah,
legit climb.
I platformed so much. I was parkouring like nobody's business.
He's like, I'm coming. I'm coming.
yeah. Eventually, I'll be
it was
there.
too fast for me at first.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, I can't control, I can't deal. It's too fast.
yeah, because when you throw it and it brings you all the way, I was like, whoa, it brings you so far. But it's something to get used to. Like I like Spider-Man games, so I should be a little more adept to it. That's why like actually seeing the orb up at the top and
Yeah,
having to latch
same.
onto it wasn't too bad, but I was still like, okay, that's enough. Sorry.
I don't know. I think it kind of made it faster than the Spider-Man games because I played them too, and it's like they were nowhere near as fast as it was for Lightfall. it was kind of doing
I
for a
think
loop.
I think it might be faster because it's like POV.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
Like
That
I
makes
think I would
sense.
enjoy
Yeah.
a Spider-Man game that was POV, like just that free falling kind of feel. I think I might kind of enjoy it, but then I'm
My
not
heart
right
would
there,
just
so,
go out of my chest. And, like,
No, we don't.
That's
we
not
don't
what
want
we
that.
don't need. That we don't need that. We
because
don't need
that's what
that today.
happens.
No,
That happens to
Well, no.
anybody, not just me.
we
That
don't need that
happens to
today,
anybody.
tomorrow, or
Like,
yesterday. Like that's
you
like
play
the
those
only
type
time that
of
would happen to
games.
me is if it was a roller coaster game where it was first off I wouldn't have bought the game. Why am I buying a roller coaster game that's like POV? I'm not buying that.
See,
gotta make
my
me do it.
sister would. My sister would. See,
Well, your
there are
sister
people
ain't here,
out there.
so I ain't no.
There are
No,
people out
no,
there
we're
like
not
that.
doing this.
it kind of happens a couple of times in Destiny. Like if you're falling because of gravity.
Oh,
And
look!
it
You
just
don't got to
it
tell me.
happens.
Look,
Yeah,
That
it
one-
does
No,
happen in
you
Destiny.
You know how I feel about the jumping in Destiny, okay? I have
I jump off that
anxiety
building.
and panic attacks.
That we just say like rage, like instant rage.
Yeah, or
I
that
think-
because it's just like I can't.
No, that's our chat group. So the next option, we're going to talk about seeing that jive is just in my head of the two of just sir. Grimacing just
Yeah, and
No,
me
I will
and Carlo
never-
just sharing the popcorn.
Mhm,
Antonio's
hold
leaving
up.
the room.
I don't once I see more than 5 notifications, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
it's like bling.
I'm all right, I'm good.
Hold up, wait a minute.
I'll come in when it's like at 100 something. I'm like, just to get off my phone. Yeah, all right, I'm good.
Ping, 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 ping,
I'm gonna go
ping,
get a
like,
sandwich.
Oh crap!
Take a walk. I'm gonna go do my
Yeah.
taxes. I'm gonna do
You know what?
adult
I'm gonna
stuff.
go Dunkin' Donuts get coffee.
Let me get out of here and let y'all hatch it out.
And I
So-
don't even respond. I just see it and I'm like, Carlo.
No, there's this one time. There's this
I'm not
one
putting up anything.
time at work where it's like I heard the notification. I'm like, oh wait a minute, and then I waited, and it was like, bing, 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 bing. I was like, oh, you know what? I put my phone right back in my pocket. I was like, I'll wait until it stops.
I'm not doing all that. So with the game, like I said, we're only 3 weeks in, and it's been fun. But there's going to be so much more that we're going to see. Obviously, more of the story is going to unfold. We're going to have more weapons, more armors. There's going to be a lot more coming up, more exotics. That are coming. I know there's missions obviously for exotics as well, but then you'll get exotics through randomness, obviously, and things it will do. I don't plan on getting any exotics. I plan on just going raw dog the whole season and not caring about life.
Mm.
and just I don't even jump off a building. I just walk off the building. I just
No,
go.
no, 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 no,
I'll
no,
see y'all
no,
later.
no. You're no
Mhm.
Leroy Jenkins.
I walk off.
That's
I
you
don't care. I walk off
all the time.
Nah,
Lord.
when David did it on that one mission, I was like, "Where's he going?"
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
That one time,
like,
though.
where's he going?
Yes, yes.
He
He
ran
was just
in.
like me and you were like strategizing. We was like, okay, we're gonna go
He
on this
didn't
route
even.
over
You
here,
gotta do
and
it.
like, well, we were on the cliff still, and you were like down there
He
taking
didn't
fire,
even.
like.
He didn't even say
Okay,
Leroy
Rambo.
Jenkins. He ran away, and there was a card that said, "I'll see y'all later. Sincerely, Leroy Jenkins." See,
Yeah,
he didn't even
yeah,
say it
yeah,
when he
yeah.
left. He left a card, which is
Yeah,
rude.
yeah,
Yet
and disrespectful.
the print was wonderful. I want to know where you got that high quality
Yeah,
card
that
from.
font,
I
that
appreciate
font,
it.
that font was
Honestly, it was great.
tight. Hmm.
What do you hope to see with this story, or with? And do not say Sparrow Racing, unless Bungie is listening and watching.
You know
Then
they
Sparrow
are.
Racing. But what would you like to see possibly come back, or maybe some twists and turns to the story?
Hmm.
I'm gonna
What?
go with Shanae.
I'm still kind of a baby out of the five of us as a group, so I take what I can get. Like I'm good with what they're giving out, so I'm just enjoying the ride.
David. I don't know why I put so much pressure on that one. I'm sorry. Watch. That was a lot of pressure.
So, what was the question again?
See, it's so nervous. He's like, "What was the question? What was it?" I said, "No." What would you like to see come up in this in Lightfall, as far as like any type of game modes, twist and turns to the story, anything obviously besides Sparrow Racing?
I don't know. I mean, I'll go with as it goes. But if it's if it's story wise, I don't know if this will make any sense. But if it's story wise, it'll be more. They need to explain a little bit more of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for the story, that it's there, but it's not fully there. I understand they're probably gonna do it by piece
Right.
as it comes, but I don't know. I'll leave that. I guess I'll answer that when the other question that you said you were gonna tell us about what you didn't like about the game. But I don't want to go straight to down to you.
Yeah.
Tell me my
Yes.
question. There's a lot of things,
I
but other
totally.
than that, whatever comes, I'll
Oh,
see whatever comes.
Wow.
more
Already there.
four player content aside Gambit.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
That it just popped in my head.
I would like it to be more of the six, because I mean they have those slots. Like when you look at it's one, two, three, it's six slots, right? When you
Well,
look
they
like
have
when it's
Days of
you and it's
Eternity.
five, right?
Braids, you have to be with six people. When you're doing those big events thing, I forgot
Mm-hmm.
what they call it. You have to have six people.
Yeah, but when it's smaller stuff, they don't.
There's
I
only
I
30.
would like that, because I'd like to play with all of you at one time. Like, and I'm not doing a raid or no dungeon. Y'all
But
wilding.
I feel
Well,
like if they do, if they do,
there's theirs
yeah, there's Stairs of Eternity. That's 6 players.
that
Yeah.
that
But
that allows six.
That might be the only
I
thing that
feel
I'm like,
like because it's like the anniversary stuff. I feel like if they
yeah.
add 6 people, even if it is like a strike or nightfall, they would just have to make it a lot harder
You see, there
if they have
was
six
a
people.
wasn't there like a Gambit mode that was six called Mayhem or something like that?
No,
Was it?
that's Crucible.
Possible.
No, that
That's where you
was
get your powers really quick. That's the Crucible that I like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
maybe
it's
the Crucible
because
one.
it is
No,
mayhem.
there was a Gambit mode that they used to rotate, just like how they rotate Trials of Osiris, where the map itself was in that you would always have to like go into the drifter's ship, and then you will jump into a gate. It will suck you through, and then you
Oh
would you remember
yes,
you
I
remember
yes,
was
yes,
Java,
I
yes,
wasn't here
and
for
then
that.
yeah.
at the end of it, okay, you know the same place where Zor and the Star Horse you see sometimes in
Mm-hmm.
There's
the
of eternity.
nine
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
realm. There was like a Gambit mode that was 6 players that it
I
would always
remember.
take you there.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
like early,
Oh,
early D2, like very early
Mhm.
D2. I think it was like
they
right
should
before
bring
like the
that back
first
then.
I think the first expansion.
that was hot. That was like
Yeah.
a really good 6 player event.
Just to
Um,
kind of bring more of a community for outside of PvP. You know, I know they have the the 9 stuff with Zur, and then they have the raid and dungeons, but not everybody wants to do raids or dungeons.
Yeah.
Only David.
Hand down. Hand down. I see his hand was real slow. Like,
not
does anybody
everybody
see me?
wants
Nobody
to
see
do
me, right? All right.
it. I mean, I would love to do everything in Destiny. It's just finding everybody that wants to do it, right?
It's
But
timing.
At the time.
it's the
Yeah.
time. So
And finding a crew that'll, that you sometimes, I mean, you obviously, if you're on the same team, you have the same goal. So you can just go, oh, yeah. But if you have a team that it's easier. It's nicer.
right, and it's just the fact that if we had something that was more relaxing, like just doing a Vanguard, but with 4 to 6 players, or just kind of roaming around, because I don't think we can roam around as 5 people together either.
Only
No.
three.
No, it still has to be that, yeah.
So if
Yeah,
we
it's 3.
roam around 4 to 6 players, that would be fine too. I don't know how they would implement that, because a lot of that stuff was made for 3. But and the whole story is based around those 3 classes and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting. But like I said, I'm still the baby of the group here. So I'm just riding with the wind, and I'm just enjoying the ride, whatever comes, and enjoying
Actually-
the story in the process.
Actually, what would you like to? What's something that you would like to see come up, possibly story wise or game mode wise, aside from sparrow racing?
So
No
for
sparrow
me,
racing.
not gonna say it. See, if you keep on bringing up, that means you want it. Okay, that means you want it.
Possibly.
I know I want it, but I'm just saying. But no, but for me, and I don't know if you guys might have peeped this, I want to see a little bit of a romance, because y'all know that Crow and Amanda got a thing going
I
on.
knew you were gonna say
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
You know, got a thing going on. I'm saying, listen, just kiss.
just kiss already.
Just kiss. Do it.
Where's Sebastian?
Right? The
So
girl
much peer
almost
pressure.
died once anyway, so just
Kiss the girl.
kiss. But I want to see more of like not the bigger characters have like more of a development, because we already know about the queen. She got her own business, and we know obviously about her brother, but now it's Crow, so now he has his own storyline in a sense. Well, vice over, because of the DLC.
True.
So, but
Very
then it's
true.
also good that we got to see how Amanda developed as she came into the story, because when you first saw her, she's like, okay, I'm the pilot. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Here's your ship. All right, thanks. We don't know nothing about her
Yeah.
at all.
And now
So I want to see all the extra people, and I think she was the last one out of like the vendors besides Banshee that you would actually see like with a story. I think, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like people like the vendors, like I want to see more in depth with, which would be cool.
I think the only thing with Banshee, like you do get small stories with him, but that's when you get like maybe like an exotic, or you get in what's the other thing for the exotic? The catalyst.
The catalyst,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes you will go to him, and depends on the catalyst or the weapon. On the right side, you have a little thing he'll say, like, "Oh, during the war, or doing this, I did this." or
Right.
that. Like you get like bits
See,
and pieces. Not
Destiny
really,
just has too much lore. It just has too much lore, because
Yeah.
I mean, like with Banshee, with that character, I don't even, after Witch Queen, I don't even call him Banshee anymore. In my head, because he's really Corvus.
I mean, when you have a YouTube video that's 3 to 4 hours long of Destiny lore, it's a lot of lore.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But
I'm
it's
not sitting there for
lore.
that.
It's
Well,
really
no, you see, I'm actually
Not
one of those nerds who actually read through the actual tabs when I get them. So
Well, that's
how
the
you know
beauty
there's a lot of story to it.
of the game, is that, and the game is evolving, and so are the characters, and that's the beauty of it, that they're constantly evolving. So you'll have the people they started out with, and you can kind of have them there. They're the ones at the forefront. Then as the story progresses, and you have these other characters that are in the background, they start becoming more important characters and become more prevalent. You learn about their history. That's storytelling. That's world building, and that's the beautiful thing, along with giving you this really fun and great gameplay. So that's I actually do love seeing that, and seeing that that romance there. That romance that we were doing there. Yes. Yes. This is more me kissing. Just so
Oh.
where is it at? We don't know what we're doing.
Hey,
So
you
we have
never
no
know.
idea.
They might do that live action.
True.
That's not DLC that I need.
There was rumors.
So it's you definitely get to have that. So I love the fact that we're getting that evolving of the story of characters kind of taking a back and new characters we never see. Like you're right, like she just there, like I'm the pilot, and now we're seeing more of her fleshed out. So I like seeing that, seeing these characters evolve just like you would in any other story or life itself. Something I definitely would like to see more of, more of the story. Even though sometimes the story I'm like I can't be bothered because I have to go through a mission of 40 things and 30 of them are talking to people. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm tired of talking. I just talked to him. You could have came over. You're in the same room. You could have came over and said what you had to say. I got to go over here to talk to you, and I got to get on the radio to talk to somebody on a CB like I'm a trucker. I don't feel that's appropriate. We're all in the same room. I could just talk to all of you. Why is this 9 steps? Just make me fight. Just please let me fight. But I do love seeing that story and seeing it evolve. Even though I don't read everything as far as lore and such, I'm interested in story. And when you have emotional heft to it, that's what gets me with it as well. And you do get that emotional heft. I mean, I look at that Cade's Last Stand. That was one of the best things I've seen, and one of the best cutscenes, cinematic, whatever you want to call it, was one of the best things I've seen in a game of just him going at it. And you finally see him again. This is a character who you saw him evolve, so now you can see what he can do. It's not just him wisecracking, being a smartass. He was like, look, this is what I could, this is why I have this reputation. And he was laying waste. And after that, I wanted to use the Ace of Spades. Like I wanted to use that gun. I did. It just made me feel like, yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, the game's definitely coming on and I love it. So love, hate, 2 things that go together like peanut butter and tax returns. They just me. Never mind, whatever. So what's something that you don't like about the game so far? What's a con to the game? Please keep it to one thing. I don't want to see somebody go off on a whole list of things. I got a whole toilet paper roll of list of things just rolling down. I'm gonna go with David because David started. So I want to see what's the one thing that you're not digging about the game so far.
I think for me the story was there wasn't a lot of explaining in the story. It just you go in, you see the witness, and it's like it's going crazy. We don't know nothing about the veil. We just know that the veil exists, is in Neomuna. They're not giving every time we trying to figure out what's the veil, the first thing that Osiris tells you is don't worry about it. It's not important right now. This is important. You're like, but we're trying to save the world. How the hell what is the veil? I want to know what it is if we're gonna save the world. How do we use it? How do we is I feel like in this story they're concentrating too much on Strand instead of putting a little bit more into the story. Like Strand was just everywhere. Like I feel like the developers just pushed into Strand, and that's in a way I kind of felt like okay maybe they'll just put the story every week as it comes. But I wish they could have put it right there. That's one thing that I didn't really like to. I don't really like too much about Destiny when it comes to stories. It's very short. Like it's to me, I feel like it's very short because you so when you get the expansion, you can beat that story probably in like 3 days
Yeah.
at the beginning. Depends if you have time. If you don't have time, then it's gonna take you more than 3 days if
Right.
you're working and stuff like that. Another thing that I do agree with a lot of people was the ending in the last season coming into Lightfall. It felt that was like one half, and then we get the other half at the beginning of Lightfall. Like the part where the traveler goes up into space,
Yeah.
and then it finished right there. And then when we get the introduction in Lightfall, it basically continues there. I wish they would have just put those two together into one, into like a big cinematic coming in. So I think you can give people more hype and stuff like that. That's just my thought and stuff like that. But I think that they could have done a little bit better with the story.
All right.
That's one
Pharaoh.
thing that I didn't like.
Pharaoh, what's your one thing you're not digging about Lightfall so far?
I want to say just the grinding when it comes to Strand. They're making it. They're making it. I mean, it's expected. The grind is expected, but it's still the grind. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that one part, just to unlock everything and then be able to play with it, it's a bit much, but I will say that they at least they throw enough at you to keep it interesting so that by the time I want to say maybe by the time you get bored, you already have everything.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Shanae, what's the one thing you're not digging about the game so far?
I have to agree with the story a little bit because of just it is true. Like, what is the veil, and why is it so important, and why was our guardian so willing to do what they were about to do to Ghost? I don't want
Hmm.
to spoil anything, but it's like, what exactly is happening? Like, who is the witness? Like, again, I'm the baby, so I don't really know fully as to the witness, because they keep saying how they waited like 6 or 7 years for this buildup of the witness and
Hmm.
everything. And when I played through Red War and then Beyond Light and then Witch Queen, I think Witch Queen was the time that we really saw the witness, if I remember correctly. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
who is he? Like, what is he after? Why does he want the traveler so much? It's not really explained, unless I missed something. I probably did miss something, but it's not really explained as to what he's after. Not even a little hint or anything, just to kind of make theories off of.
Hmm.
Again, I might be missing the point, but it's who really is the witness? What is he after? What is the veil? What's the purpose of the veil? Is it a protective shield for the traveler? Is it something that emits its powers to whoever they bestow it on? And it's like, all they left more questions than answers, I guess, is what my point is.
Okay, so story. All right. And Ashley, what's your con?
Mine is like it's very minor because I'm enjoying the story, but it's all of, like the miscellaneous.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the story.
For all of you guys that know me and that have played with me, even in various games, if I see something shiny and I can't access it, I'd be like, "What is it?"
Oh,
Hmm.
oh,
It's like, "What
Glitches.
is it?" Like, so, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but there's like this small little yellow shard that's been popping around Namora, and I'm like, "What
Hmm.
is that?" Can't touch it, but what is it?
Oh,
That's just like when,
is there like a little uh
yeah,
black
like a little
crystal that?
shard,
Oh, just
yeah.
shoot it, destroy it, and it'll give you points for Neomuna, like
See, didn't know that.
for Nimbus.
See, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
That's like the little things where they don't tell you. Just like when you wanted to pick up that antenna and you wanted to bring it over here, and all of a sudden there was like missiles
oh,
coming at us.
that
I'm saying like, no, you
antenna, that
like no,
first time.
you
Oh,
stay over
wow.
there.
Look,
Don't you come over
Java, the
here.
way how you were just
look,
like, wait a minute, no, don't you bring that over
look,
here. I was like, what?
look.
But
The more you F around, the more you're gonna find out. If you never F around, you ain't never gonna find out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Playing
it's
with
like,
me is a gamble. You never know what I'm gonna do
yeah,
sometimes. You really don't.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what's
Um,
this? Wait a minute, why are these missiles coming out of here? Nowhere?
all
Like,
I know, I'm just
no.
like, yeah, like, wait a minute, like, wait, it's following, and like, I caught the footage just right. It's just see, doot, doot, doot. I'm just like
But
watching you run away from it.
did y'all die though? Really? I
Oh,
mean,
I didn't
no.
complain. And you know me, I just sat down and got my popcorn.
And every
Yeah,
time I
watch
see them now,
watch me suffer.
I automatically go after them, get rid of them, and then I grab the antenna and I
See,
run to the thing.
this is what it is. It's like it's like chaos and mayhem because anything shiny, Java's like, oh, wait a minute, and then it's like just random stuff gets picked up, and then it's like missiles are like flying. So it's just like,
But
You
it's
don't
like
F
for
around, you
those
ain't never gonna
random
find out.
things, you don't really like know what they are. Because even that's with the last season when we had the security drones, we didn't know what those things were,
Yeah.
and it took us like half the season until you got the pulse rifle
Yeah.
to destroy them. So it's like,
but you see,
what was
that's
that for?
Destiny's MO. That's why, like, where everybody where they're talking about what the story is like, yeah, on the surface, yeah, the story does it feel like there should be more? Of course, there should be more. But if you look at the MO of every DLC that Destiny's put out, that's their MO. They'll give you like an answer to one out of the 50 million questions you have, and then add another 100 million questions with
But
new
but
stuff.
you know what? I'm gonna actually, now that we're talking about it, I do want to retract what I said then, because now that I'm thinking about it, in a way, MMOs do that. It's a shooter MMO. So MMOs do that. Hell, 14 does that sometimes with their stories.
Mm,
Um Not so much with the big in your face stories, but like the smaller ones where like every 3 months you play one part of the story and then you wait till the patch come and then you play that next part of the story. Like hell, a patch just came out just a week ago for the story that they're doing, the side story that they're doing. So you know what, I'm okay with this. I was okay with the story from the beginning. It's just it brought more questions than answers. But then at the same time, I'm like, I just realized it's not just a regular shooter, it's an MMO. They're gonna keep doing that because the story's always gonna progress. So eventually our questions will be answered, and then eventually we're gonna ask more questions. It's just a cycle. So the main thing I would say then is Gambit and their moats being sunk into the floor. I wish they would have fixed that.
Well, that was something that was in like the season of the witch too. Like I would go after and they'd be in the ground. I'm like, nobody's trying to get. Oh, that's why nobody's trying. Okay, fair enough. And I would just walk off. I was like, I can't take it. But yeah, that a story is gonna be like that. It's gonna evolve. So I don't mind it. I don't mind that kind of cliffhanger because that hypes you up for what was going to happen in for Lightfall. So I don't mind like cliffhangers like that, especially as a person who watches soap operas. Like I was raised on cliffhangers, so I just have with me as far as the Veil and Strand. It was a bit of a grind to get Strand. I didn't mind it though because I was like, okay, what have you? But then I was like, Strand, Veil. Maybe the Strand is part of the Veil. Maybe that's where the power comes from. If you think about a veil as being fabric and each piece is a strand, maybe that's where it's coming from. I don't know. I didn't write the game. I'm not trying to figure it out everything. I just want to see as it comes. But little things like that, you start really everything is tied together somehow. And even with Strand is supposed to be the threads of reality and everything. Everything's tied together somehow. But they'll answer those big questions, and the little questions will come as we go along. So I'm going to stick around for the story. These last couple seasons have been a little more interesting to me as far as the story wise. And maybe it's because I'm playing more, maybe it's because I'm into it more, maybe because I'm delving more into things and I'm actually speaking to all of the characters. I'm not just going around shooting and taking care of the main story. I'm going around doing the little things. So maybe that's why it's hitting me a little bit more. I don't know, but I'm just going to enjoy it and see where it's going. Traveler and maybe the witness something from the Traveler. I mean, like literally the name is Witness. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they witnessed them traveling somewhere into the veil that they shouldn't have gone, and that's why they're trying to solve. I have no idea, folks. I have no idea. I'm
We're
just
just doing
spitballing.
fan
so many
theories.
rumors, yeah.
The fan theories here.
I'm just
That's how much we love
spitballing.
Destiny.
I
You know?
mean, a lot of people speculated the Strand was supposed to come in the Witch Queen because
Which
Yeah.
would make sense.
one of the armor pieces, if you notice, the chest piece has the Strand logo
Yeah.
Yeah.
in one of the things. So a lot of people
Mhm.
think that Lightfall, the story that it went, the way it's going, a lot of people felt that it's like a filler, especially with
Oh.
Callus' father. He felt
Kaido.
it, Kaido,
Yeah.
Callus.
like he felt it like a filler, like he was
Yeah.
just there to be there.
That makes sense. So, okay. We've talked about the game modes. We've talked about the new Strand ability. We've not talked about Sparrow Racing. We've done pretty much every.
Somebody wants it really bad, and it's not even
I
us saying it.
apologize.
Hey,
I apologize. I don't know why. I don't know why it's
listen,
giggling. I don't know why it's making me giggle so much. I truly do, but it's tickling me. It
I'm
is.
gonna
I have
miss
no idea why.
you.
when you do one
I'll
of
be
the
real.
dungeons, the new dungeons, you get to do that little sparrow that looks like a
The
racing
race,
track. So
like
you
they've
do
like
that.
I think
Oh
that
yeah.
they've made it a part of the story in certain parts. So I guess that's their
Yeah.
way of adding it in
Mm-hmm.
because they
Yeah, a
do
little
have so much else
sprinkle.
going on with the
They
game.
did that with Witch Queen.
So maybe somewhere along the line, I don't know. Like I really missed that. I don't remember what it's called, but there was like an arena thing where you and two other people, you fought through an arena of enemies, and then you had to go up, I think it was like 3 or 4 floors to the end. I like that again because it's chaos, it's waves of enemies coming at you. It's just you and two other people, and you just going at it. Like the goal is just to take everybody out. So that to me was fun, but I liked it. So, what have you. So, all right. So from each of you, 1 through 5, 1 being not so much, 5 being, yeah, this is definitely it. I'm enjoying it. What are your ratings 1 through 5 of the game? I'm going to start with Ashley.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay. Now, also, let's remember that the game is just starting. So obviously, it can be a sliding curve. Maybe we'll do another show at the end of it. Like, well, I do enjoy actually doing these shows. I want to do this annually. It's just fun.
Mhm.
What the hell? So you're going to give it a 3 point.
5.
Okay. Okay. That's mid. Okay. David, what's your score?
For me, I give it a 4. And the reason is because of the new stuff that they add and stuff like that for it.
Okay.
It's pretty entertaining, more challenging. And I want to say something earlier, like I really like now the Vanguard and stuff like that. How now
Hmm.
you every week they change it around where you have Void, you have to use Void for more damage, but then also the minus would be like if you're using Arc, you take more damage.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I really like that they really changed a lot in that one. Because before it was just like, oh, just use Void, or just use
Hmm.
Arc,
Hmm.
or just use this. But now it's like they're making
They
you use
refined it.
Yeah.
all your powers, your Void, Arc. They're making every week rotate it so you can not just concentrate on one because that's what we used to do. We just used to go in and Void everywhere, or
Right.
stasis everywhere, and that's about it. But overall, I like everything that the game is introducing and stuff like that, and hopefully the story. I'm not saying that the story is bad either, but hopefully they explain more because that's just me. But I give it
Yeah.
a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll develop more as we go, which is awesome. Shanae, what's your rating for the game so far?
A 5. Like I'm enjoying it. Period. So far, especially since I'm working on a stasis build, and the whole system of saving your builds made it really convenient instead of me looking at my phone
Hmm.
through the app. And I, like I said, I haven't played around with Strand that much in terms of like making a build for myself, but I'm really enjoying the stasis one. Like I'm appreciating, not that I didn't have fun with it before and Beyond Light, but I'm having even more fun with the build now for stasis. And I'm like, wow, I should have really paid attention to like the fragments they had and everything. So I'm enjoying it for that, and I'm enjoying just running around Neomuna.
It is a
And Nimbus,
beautiful new
because Nimbus
setting.
is funny. Huh?
Yeah. The setting is beautiful. Now having like the difference of a city versus you just out in the middle of nowhere, just
Hmm.
Yeah.
dust and
And then
dirt.
just getting to know their stories more. That's
Yeah.
really what I like is the side story for
Hmm.
this expansion is the side story of the people of Neomuna, and then after you do the end game portion of their story, you talk to one of the other characters there, like after you go past the whole, I think what is called a chalice for your Strand stuff. Once you
Hmm.
go in a
Mm.
room past there, you talk to an archivist and you get to know the
Oh,
stories and the
Mm.
stories of who these cloud striders were and
Yeah.
everything. So I really like that because it's like, oh, it's giving me um more depth in this place that I'm enjoying and who these people were and who they were before the invasion. And it's really cool. I really like it. And I like traveling around Neomuna and hearing Nimbus and his quick whips. Silver Surfer.
Definitely. Farrah, what's your rating for the game so far?
Oh, it gets a solid 5 for sure from me. I feel that Bungie. I feel like this was a love letter to the gamers of Destiny because they put in a lot of tweaks or they fixed a lot of things that have been broken for a long time that the community have been complaining about, and then, the weapon crafting, the storyline, I'm digging a lot. To Strand, the weapons. I mean, for me, it's hitting on all cylinders, so I can't complain. I mean, other than the usual first month glitches of any new release and stuff like that, that's
Mhm.
not, that's not just Destiny. So for me, it's definitely a 5.
So for me, I'm going to give it a 4. The Strand mission to get it just took a little too long for me. It was just a little too long, but I'm enjoying the new interface. I really enjoy everything that's there. It really was overhauled beautifully. I'm enjoying the new city. Like Ashley did say, it does remind me of the Citadel from Mass Effect. And also sprinkled in there some JoJo's because yeah, those outfits are
Yeah,
ridiculous, and I'm loving
they're
it all.
definitely JoJo Bizarre Adventure right
Yeah.
there.
It's giving pose, pose,
Pose.
pose.
Yeah,
Pose.
It's giving that.
Pose
So
and
yeah,
JoJo's.
yes, and the thighs are out on.
Oh yeah.
The thighs out.
Yeah.
Thighs out all day.
And the
And I just want to say,
midriff.
like, the
Yeah.
Cloud Striders are really tall.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
They almost remind me of gods almost, like how they're standing like almost like
Yeah.
they're
Or
supposed to
Spartans.
be like gods. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that type of feel.
And
So
every time I see Nimbus, I think of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because of,
Oh,
'cause the
yeah,
cloud
yeah.
Nimbus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nimbus Cloud.
I mean, it definitely might have like because you could definitely
That
see some
probably was the
influence on that.
influence.
That might have been it.
And I think it's an actual thing too. Like there is an actual
Yeah,
Nimbus
there is a
cloud in
Nimbus
space.
cloud. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, folks, look, the game is still going on. Like I said, we're only 3 weeks in, so there's a lot more story to go around. There's a lot more weapons to find. There are a lot more missions to take care of. There are a lot more achievements to go, and there are a lot more ranks to be done. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're all having fun. We're having a great time. We're getting our weapons. We're finding our favorite tags. We're doing everything, and we're all going to get up to 100 by the end of the season. And then we'll go right back down to 1 and we'll start all over again and have to Sisyphus. But it's a fun way to do it. It's a fun way to push that boulder back up the hill. Have fun, whether you're doing Gambit, whether you're doing a raid, whether you're doing a dungeon, whether you're doing Vanguard, whether you're doing a playlist, whether you're doing a battleground, whether you are just going around randomly shooting anything because you want to get that catalyst. Have fun, enjoy it, be kind, give those good recommendations in whatever you're doing, folks, because they do matter. And it's awesome that you can rank a player. And I like the fact that you cannot be negative about somebody and say, hey, this person XYZ. You can't down somebody. That's what I was afraid of. And I'm glad to see that you can't do that. So it's awesome. So on that note, folks, I'll see you on Neptune or the moon or one of the other planets. Maybe I'll see you in the Dreaming City. Maybe, possibly. No, I'll walk by you. I'll say, no, you're not going. No. 2 black men walking by. We can't go. No, we can't do that. All right, cool, fine. Wait. So y'all, look, we'll do this in a year or so. Sounds right. Sounds about right. Right. The next one will be called. It's not going to be called Lightfall. It's going to be called You didn't pay the light bill, so lights got turned off. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. Basically, you're just going to keep grinding until you can put a little bit on it, so you can get the lights back on. You're going to add another 10% fee. So on that note, folks, I want to thank you so very much. You all have a very good evening. We've had David Rivera. We've had Shanae Williams. We've had Farrell Rems. We've had Ashley Watkins. Fire Team Excellence. Thank you so very much for being here. Look, I'm going to go log in after this. Anybody else playing?
I'm already
Anybody?
in.
Already,
Yeah.
It's like Neo. He's already plugged into the Matrix. He's already there. All right, folks. Y'all have a good evening, day, night, whatever time you are doing this. Enjoy the rest of it. As you all know, it takes a second for this to go off, so I'm going to do a little shoulder shake. Everyone, shoulder shake with me if you can, and